We're waking up to another round of showers and thunderstorms across green country, but somebody said to me yesterday, at least I'm not having to water my flowers. How's that for some positive spin to the rain?
I love it. At least we're not having to water our flowers. If you are trying to seed your yard and maybe grow some grass, I'm sure this rain is helping. Maybe, unfortunately, it is washing away some seed in some places, but at least that's what's happening in our yard. But at least we have the rain. And at least we're not dealing with drought conditions.
Right.
So there's going to be my positive spin, along with the fact that it's not going to be a washout of the weekend. Even though we are starting with storm chances this morning, I am looking at more storm chances later today and some storm chances for Father's Day. At least it is not a washout. Heaviest rain right now and our heaviest storms are actually in Nowata and Rogers County, slowly making their way to the east. I am not looking at anything severe in our portion of the state right now, but I am keeping an eye on what is happening to the west of us and to the northwest of us in Kansas, because all of that will be making its way towards us. Right now on our Wade's RV weather camera network, looking at downtown Tulsa, you can see it's kind of a little bit of a gloomy start. Where things are dry, you may be able to see a little bit of sunshine, but I'm looking that we do have the cloud coverage in place. I'm also looking that, again, more storms are headed our way as we are going through our Saturday. Temperatures are in the 70s as we're starting out, and it's very humid out there. 73 in Tahlequah, 76 McAllister, 74 in Bartlesville, and these 70s are going to climb into the 80s as we go through the afternoon. Now, with these storms, we do have the chance that some of them could be marginally severe. We do have that marginal risk, which is a level 1 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center. Wind and hail and flooding are the main concerns that I'm looking at. Flooding, especially for this morning, because we are seeing some of these storms are moving very slowly. So they kind of do what I call park and dump, where they just sit there, they don't move very fast, and they just drop a large amount of water. That is what happened earlier this morning, Pawnee and Osage County, and that's why we have a flash flood warning in Pawnee until 9:30 this morning. Going through the rest of our Saturday, it is possible we could see some more pop-up storms, especially in southeastern portions of the area. And that's where I'm tracking. We have the higher chance for some of those to be strong to severe. Going into tonight, I'll be watching for a few more storms possible, especially in western areas. And then we go into tomorrow morning early. And again, there are those storms moving through. So it's not a washout of the day, but I'm going to be watching for several rounds of storms to be rolling through. Looking at our super 10-day forecast, temperatures are going to climb into the 80s as we go through the afternoon. And then check this out, pushing into the 90s as we go into next week. And here's another positive. Look at this. 2 days where I'm actually tracking relatively dry conditions. That 20% chance is a relatively low percent chance of rain that I'm looking at. And I'm even looking into next week and even next weekend, some sunshine. And I'm going to find my positive. There is some dry weather, even though we have those storm chances for this weekend. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm breaking down more about what I'm expecting with the storm chances we have for Father's Day weekend.
Always finding that positive.